Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we are doing a monthly highlights spread for the month of August, and I'm really excited to use this kit, but it is lacking some of the things that I prefer in my monthly kits. So there's no sidebar sticker and there's no full box stickers, but there are numbers, there are full box covers to go across the top and the bottom here. So we're going to make it work. And I also have some deco stickers. So here is the first page with some little flags here. And then we've got, there's one little box there that I can use. I'm not sure, I think right here is where I'm going to use it to cover up the days that aren't in the month. And then my numbers, that cute little box there, some decorative boxes, and the days of the week and holidays, which I don't think I'm going to put these in because I don't celebrate them, which is usually what I do. And then I've got the deco sheet, which is really cute, and I'm going to use the heck out of this. So I can make it work with what I have. I'm going to bring in some washi as well. So I want to pull in the yellow color because this yellow is just something that I always associate with August. But I also thought pops of black would be fun too. So I have this one from Allie, according to Allie, Simply Gilded. This is old from Michaels and Simply Gilded. So I think it's going to be a cool mix. I'm using rose gold foil for the washi, so I might bring in some rose gold foil elsewhere. But I think we're ready to get started. I have my notes. I keep a notepad of all of the goings on during the week, and then I just keep them all. I use them for my memory spreads, so I just use them all for this spread. So I think we're ready to get into it. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the covers that go across the top of the spread, and I was worried that maybe this kit wouldn't fit in this planner like perfectly because sometimes their weekly kits don't fit just right, but this actually worked perfectly, and I'm really glad about that because it just makes the spread look really clean. And I didn't really even miss the things that I have in other kits, so that was kind of fun. So I'm just putting in the days of the week across the top. You could definitely do a Monday start if you wanted to. I just always do a Sunday start because that's what I'm used to. Now I'm just putting in the numbers in the top right corner of every box. I thought for a second about doing them on the left side just to mix it up, but I don't know. I just always put it on the right for some reason. Creature of habit, I guess. And I just put down the Sunday dates, and then that just is to keep me straight because I have been known to skip a day somewhere along the way without realizing it and then have to completely redo the numbers. So that's just a way for me to keep everything on track and in the right order. So just finishing up putting in the numbers right there, and then we're going to move to the sidebar situation over here. So this is an undated planner, and it's really open to use it however you want. So I went ahead and whited out the lines that were there, so I had a nice blank space, and then I pulled in my 4 different types of washi. I laid down this one first. It's very graphic, and I really loved that pattern, and I liked it so much that I decided to pull in some of the strips of it into the spread. So I laid down the 2 non-foiled ones first because I wanted the foiled ones to be like on top, and then I just put in the 2 Simply Gilded strips, and I just kind of snipped the ends so it looked kind of clean. I kind of wish I would have left them messy, but I don't know, it's not enough to make me go back and change it anyway. Then I just trimmed off the top so that it was nice and clean up there, and then I'm just going to use some of the deco stickers to cover up the space, and I think it looks so cool looking. It's very old school to what I used to do, but it's kind of fun to revisit some of those things that I used to do, and they're just kind of fun. So now we're going to add in some of the washi to the spread. So I just picked random spots. And since there weren't any full boxes in this kit, this is a good way to use the space. And I just love how this looks. I used some of the black, which I really wanted to bring in. And then also the yellow is just so pretty. So I added a strip of that as well. Okay, so starting off with the actual memories of the days. So first I wanted to mark in that I finished Sense and Sensibility. I've read it, I don't even know how many times, probably 4 times before. So I read Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility this summer. Actually, I listened to them, but it's basically reading them again. And I just love both of those books so, so much. And then on the 2nd, this was our first day of in-service, and it was the first time that I was back seeing everybody at work, and it was just really nice to just kind of be around everybody again. I had been working a bunch of work days in July, but that was pretty like solitary, and it was nice to just see the whole big group. And then on the 3rd, I had a good cry at school. It was about, I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but it was like a personal thing, and I just needed to get it out, and I felt better after that, and I really just kind of processed it through my crying, I guess, with a friend. And then on the 3rd, we had some really good conversations, so I wanted to mark in that. On the 5th, this was my friend Jennifer's birthday, so I put that in. We all pulled our money together to buy her a massage. And then I also paid a huge medical bill to the hospital. My insurance covered a lot of my accident bills in the aftermath of that, but there are still bills to be paid after everything's said and done. So I'm hopefully nearing the end of that, but I've still got a few more that I need to pay. I paid like 3 big ones this month though, so it felt like a lot. On the 6th, I dropped by our little school golf scramble. It was really funny actually, and I had a really good time. I'm glad I didn't stay for the whole thing, but it was really good to like drop by and just see everybody. And then I also, on the way to the golf scramble, I listened to an interesting podcast on cults. I'm fascinated by cults. Anybody else out there? Let me know. I think they are so interesting, and I just want to know the psychology and the makeup of the cult and everything about them. I used a little Bubba Bear sticker to mark in that. And then on the 7th, I went through a lot of health stuff this month, which I'm not really going to get into the details of that because it's very complicated and there's a lot of factors that are like causing these things for me. But I am going to talk about it quite a bit in this spread. So on the 7th, I was not feeling very good. So I used a Munchkin from Once More with Love for that. And then I just needed to take care of myself a little bit. So I had a self-care night and used an emoji with the skincare on. That's so cute. And then on the 7th, I'm just pulling a sticker here that to mark in that I was very low energy and I just like couldn't get ahead of all of the feelings and the lack of energy and the lack of strength and just everything. And I just felt very crappy, and then I felt lazy, and then it was a cycle of like feeling bad about being lazy, and it was just too much. And then on the 8th, we had our open house at school. I used a Fox and Pip sticker to mark in that, and I just marked that it was good to see some of the kids because they came. And then on the 10th, nothing really notable happened, and so I just put in some deco. The 11th was our first day of school, so I used a old first day of school sticker from Kylee Designs and marked in that, which I don't even know if I mentioned that this kit is from Kylee Designs, and I'm using my Sadie Stickers undated planner, so sorry about that. Should have said that up at top. And then on the 12th, I'm just using a little flag to mark in that I was very frustrated with my body. And that's kind of the theme for this whole month. It was a lot. On the 13th, I just wanted to mark in that I FaceTimed with my sister and her boys, my nephews. They're just so cute. But we read a book with them together. Kelly held the phone up to the book so I could read some of the lines, and it was just so cute. We need to do that more. I say that all the time, but we definitely do. And then that night I watched one of my favorite silly movies, The Sweetest Thing. That movie just cracks me up like from start to finish, and I just love it. And I watch it like once a year, and it's just so good. And I needed a laugh. And then on the 14th, I am marking in here that I was watching Without a Trace on HBO Max. It's a really good show. It's an old show, but since I finished Cold Case, I wanted something else to watch. And then on the 16th here, I'm putting in that I am just, there's just so many things going on in the world that are just heavy on my heart. And I may not talk about them all the time, but they are in my thoughts. Everything that's going on in Afghanistan, with our military, with Haiti, in our own country, all of the division, it's a lot. And it was just weighing on me on the 16th a lot. So I wanted to note that. Also on the 16th, I got news that a very old friend of mine, kind of a mother figure to me, her son completed suicide, and I wanted to send her a card to her and her husband and their other son, who was one of my very good friends. I actually lived with them for 9 months my senior year because my family had moved, and it was very complicated, but they're very special to me, and I wanted to be sure to send her some good words and some support. Also on that day, this was when things really hyped up. I was feeling very physically horrible, and my abdomen was swollen. I had some inflammation, and I went to the clinic the next day, and the nurse gave me some like not great news, but it was information, which is helpful. And luckily, I already had a doctor's appointment with my gynecologist on the 19th, and we just talked about so much, and she was able to get the ball rolling on some action steps, and she also gave me some things to work on. So I was extremely frustrated on this day, as you can imagine, but I had like at least a pathway forward, so that was good. So it was helpful in some way, even though it was very frustrating and it hurt a lot, and it's a lot happening here. On the 20th, this was our picture day at school, and also we took our kids outside and played a little game with them, and they were just adorable. On the 21st, I took it easy in the morning, and I watched the movie Ever After on Disney Plus. I hadn't watched that in forever, like probably 10 or 15 years, and it's just a really sweet movie, and I needed to just check out for a little bit. It was just helpful. And then on the 22nd, I have a note here that I was feeling better, and I kind of had the realization that I can only control what I can control, and I cannot keep worrying about all these other things, because the worry is also like exacerbating the problems. And so I just kind of had a little come to Jesus meeting with myself on the 22nd to just kind of accept that things suck and that I just got to move forward. And then on the 23rd, I put in a note here that I was working on deep cleaning my bedroom all week. And I've been trying to do this like one room a month, and that's totally doable for me. And I live alone, so it's like I can only mess up my house so much. So it's a really good schedule for me to be on, and it's been really helpful. And then on the 24th, no, just finishing here on the 23rd, sorry. I just spread it out throughout the week, so I wanted to make a note here that is working really well, and I definitely want to do that more in the future. On the 24th, I used this little decorative, I don't even know what that shape is, but it's a little box here to mark in that I did a strength workout, and it felt good, I felt strong, and I finished it. And at this point, that's all I really want, is just to finish and to feel good. And then just putting in this little flag here to mark in that I was watching Reservation Dogs. That show's so good, it's on Hulu. I always like to mark in shows, if you've noticed, that I watch, just when I look back, because I watch things that I like want to watch for what I'm feeling, if that makes sense. So then here on Wednesday the 25th, I went in for blood work, so I marked in that with a Pumpkin Paper Co. Band-Aid, which is so cute. And I somehow got the results back like that day, which was really nice. The nurse called and talked to me for like 15-20 minutes. And she gave me some really good information, things that were predictable, but again, just giving me action steps to go forward. On Thursday of this week, we started our mask mandate at my school. It's a very complicated issue, obviously, in my state, but it went really well. Most of the kids, I would say the vast majority of the kids were really good about it. I also was feeling very, very crampy and gross, and so I marked that in with a flag. I just used some leftover deco to mark in that I had a really good Stitch Fix. I bought the entire box. It was so good. I also, me and some other teachers took some kids outside again, and we played another fun activity, and they all participated, and it was just really cute. And then on the 28th, I have a note here that intermittent fasting is so hard, but it is doable. And that's the attitude I need to have going forward is, yeah, it's hard, but you can do it. And I feel like I got some of my energy back on that Saturday. I really wanted to set aside some time to rest, and so I wanted to mark that in on the 29th. I really blocked out some time on that Sunday to recharge for the next week and to really set some intentions for the following week and like write out my action plan and get back into my goal setting and all that stuff. I also set my monthly goals for September, and so I just used another of these little arrow things to mark in that I'm ready for some new goals. And then on the 30th, I just wanted to mark that I'm just tired of this hot weather. I'm like over it, ready for summer to be over. I am just like so anticipating fall, like more than any other year for some reason. And then I wanted to add just a little bit more deco to the spread with this little arrow. So I'm just rearranging a little bit and moving that Once More with Love sticker. By the way, I love that sticker. It's totally okay to not be okay. Here's this spread all finished up, and I love how it turned out. It's so colorful and fun, and it's a little bit different from what I've been doing with my monthly spreads, and it kind of pushed me to be a little more creative. So I loved it. I hope that you did too. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload, and I'll see you next time. Bye.